Liverpool are paying the price for success. We're nearing the later stages of the campaign, and yet Jurgen Klopp's men find themselves fighting on all fronts and competing for all possible trophies, including the Premier League title. However, no matter how deep your squad is, with the volume of games and Klopp's intense style, you'll get some casualties along the way, especially if you want to compete on all fronts. This is what currently is happening at Liverpool. However, despite missing key players and being forced to field in their youngest first 11 since 2018, the Reds are still leading the title race after a 4-1 win over Luton Town at Anfield. How did Klopp manage to collect another 3 points along the way despite the injury crisis? And how was this game a huge title statement? Well, hit the like button and subscribe button and let us dive into the game. Jurgen Klopp is one player away from being able to have a team filled with injured players and not any players. Dominic Szoboszlai, Alisson, Joel Matip, Thiago, it seems like every time Liverpool get one player back, another two get injured. The curse manifested itself with Trent Alexander-Arnold forced to be substituted off at half-time against Burnley, and then continued with both Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota sustaining injuries against Brentford, but wait, that wasn't just it. Leading up to the Reds' clash with Luton, it was reported that both Mo Salah, who recently returned from injury, and Darwin Núñez are both unavailable for selection due to injuries, which turned out to be right. The Reds basically had their key pillars in all departments missing. This took Liverpool's injury list up to 10 whole players, and with the EFL Cup title being on the line in a few more days, Klopp was forced to field a squad with the average age of 25 and 65 days, his youngest side since the 11th of February 2018 and a 2-0 win over Southampton. Kelleher started in goal with Van Dijk and Jarell Quansah at centre-back, Bradley kept his right-back position while Joe Gomez played at left-back, Wataru Endo held his number 6 position with McAllister and Gravenberch playing at 8. The front line with both Jota and Núñez out saw the most changes as Cody Gakpo and Harvey Elliott formed the front three alongside Luis Diaz. Now, contrary to the Brentford game, Luton Town didn't actually make the game tough for the Reds. It was in fact Liverpool players who made it hard for themselves. Luton adopted a man-marking approach, a courageous decision that might have been taken due to the Reds' list of absentees. One might think that this tactic paid its dividends since Luton came out of the first half with a clean sheet. However, that was not the case. Liverpool were able to exploit Luton's man-marking approach, and we're going to explain how. During the build-up phase, Liverpool's players often looked to recycle the ball back to Kelleher. Meantime, Cody Gakpo would drop deep into the midfield, pulling his marker along with him. Diaz would then shift from wing to a more central area, where Kelleher would be looking to launch a direct long ball over Luton's press. Here you can see Diaz and Gakpo interchanging positions, with Kelleher playing a long ball into the space. Diaz miscontrolled the ball, but it still ended up at Harvey's feet, who didn't hesitate to deliver a wonderful cross to Diaz, who missed the first chance for the Reds. Luton opened the score 11 minutes into the game, however, that didn't shift momentum with Liverpool being the much superior team. The space was there as Klopp's men managed to hack Luton's man marking, and the high turnovers were plenty since the Reds' counter-pressing was effective. However, it was the decision-making that fell short in the first half, helping Luton maintain a clean sheet. Now in the second half it was a completely different story, and with some players stepping up, Liverpool managed to outclass Luton both tactically and on the scoreboard. First, let's give it up once again for Connor Bradley. The 20-year-old has quite the first 45 minutes, however in the second half it was he who shifted the gear with others following him. Bradley started to push higher up the pitch in the second period, helping Harvey play in his more suitable central areas rather than holding the width. This helped Harvey to utilise his creativity better and to become the biggest source of threat. He ended up creating 7 chances from open play for the Reds. Now brace yourselves for this. The last player to create as many chances from open play in the Premier League game at a younger age was Nicholas Bentner against West Ham back in October 2008. You can see how influential Harvey was when it came to progression and creativity, which was finally awarded with a goal in the latter stages of the game. We dove deeper into Elliott's profile in a dedicated video, so make sure you do watch it. Going back to Bradley though, the young fullback is truly a Jurgen Klopp type of player. We said that he was the one who shifted the gears for Liverpool, and that's due to his intense running and eagerness to launch attacks. Here you can see him asking for the ball in a completely unnatural position for him. By doing so, he provides an extra passing option to overcome Luton's defensive block, but wait, that's just not it. With his swift half-turn of a seasoned midfielder, Bradley faced the play and continued to drive the ball forward before setting up Diaz on basically a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, only for Luton's defender to make the last-ditch tackle. Even with Diaz's shot being blocked, Bradley made the run across the pitch to counter-press and even regain possession for Liverpool to maintain their pressure. Again, if you want to understand what makes Bradley such a special player, make sure you watch our latest analysis of the player, we're sure you enjoy it. Now, since this Bradley moment we just discussed, Liverpool kept on putting more and more pressure on Luton's back line, suffocating them with the counter-press, and they only allowed 4.7 passes per defensive action. This is the least amount of passes that the Reds allowed this season, which tells you how aggressively the Reds pressed during the game. It wasn't only aggressive but also efficient, with Liverpool making 9 high turnovers, with 4 of them ending up with a shot. Virgil van Dijk, after hitting the post against Brentford, returned this game to get his goal, and let's take a moment to appreciate the Dutchman. 88% passing accuracy, 80 touches, 100% duels won, and 6 passes into the final third. He was a monster amongst men. Credit also goes to McAllister's contribution during the game. Not only did he provide a beautiful corner for Van Dijk's header, but he also provided the assist for the second goal after making a clever run into the box to receive Bradley's throw-in. The game was then put to bed thanks to Diaz's goal, with credit also going to Andy Robertson for the assist, before Harvey Elliott pulling the trigger with a well-deserved goal for his performance. Again, the game was Liverpool's to lose since the start. It was the poor decision-making that gave Luton Town the advantage at the first half, and once Klopp and Pep worked their magic during half-time, the Reds stepped up to collect another crucial 3 points. Now, one last thing to point out. The best legacy a manager can leave for a club, besides trophies of course, is the academy. This is what Klopp will be leaving Liverpool with. During last night's game, the German found the opportunity to hand out another debut. This time it was an 18-year-old Jadon Dan's turn, who was rewarded for his 16 goals in 15 games for the youth teams this season. So if there's something you need not to worry about at Liverpool, it's almost certainly not the academy. With the EFL Cup final against Chelsea approaching, Klopp and Liverpool supporters can shift their focus away from the league. A first title to collect is on sight. However, with Liverpool's injury list and with the Blues having the advantage of a week's full rest, this final might not be an easy game as the last encounter between the two clubs. So who do you think will win the EFL Cup? Will the Reds make the first official steps towards the quadruple, or will Chelsea spoil the party? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed our analysis, please hit that like button and subscribe button for daily Liverpool deep dives. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.